Hello, Hola, Konnichiwa, Salaam, Ciao Namaste. Peace to all. This is Soulology, the science of the soul. And we're going to be doing a sort of 5-part series about the soul itself, a discussion of the soul. And today, what we're going to talk about is why are you here? And some of you might think to yourself, why am I here? And what do I mean exactly by that? What I mean by that is the simple fact of you being who you are today. The person you are today. How did you get to be this person? And of course, many will say, well, I was birthed from my parents. From my mom, of course. My mom especially. You can say that, and yes, that is true. But where did you come from that? Some might say that you came from being just a simple cell that multiplied itself to form what is known as a body. But then again, where did you come from that? Of course, some people might say you came from being sperm or something that was looking for an egg. But then where did you come from that? And again and again. And what I mean simply by this is you keep going. You are soul first before anything in this world. You are choosing to have an experience in being who you are. Because many people have become what they've chosen to be. In order to create an experience that they truly desire. You are making a choice. So, first of what I desire for us to understand and talk about is making that choice, choosing the experience. You are choosing an experience every day to create who you truly are what you are deciding to be in that very moment. And the reason why I said that is because there are people who are consciously making that choice to be who they really are. And there are people deciding to be who they are in a sense. And the reason why I said deciding is because of the fact that many people are deciding to be who they are based off of society's ideology. We believe that we have to be morally or at times politically correct. We believe these things are true. We believe that there's nothing else besides this, that this is all there is. But when you are intentionally choosing, you are deciding without what people say is whatever. Instead of choosing what people say is real, you are choosing what is within self and creating yourself, making what you choose to be real. And many people have done this already when we talk about people who've created some of the most amazing things in the world. When you talk about, for example, Apple with its products such as computers, electronics. If we go even further, when we talk about Ford, Henry Ford, Ford Motor Company. They chose to make a vehicle that could actually move you from point A to point B much quicker instead of using a horse, but using an actual car. You've had people who've inspired in today's society to make music and perfect that. But out of all these things that people have created, there have been people who never believed that these people could accomplish these things or found them ridiculous in their dreams. And yet, you're capable of creating that experience if you so choose. This is, I would say, one of the largest perspectives. At the most simple, it could be just being a mom. Just being with someone, being happy with someone. It could be simply to know truly what unconditional love is. It could be simply desiring to know what it is to be a father, what it is, again, to be a mother. It could be to simply have a home, a car, a family, and that's all you desire. It's all a choice of whatever you choose. But whatever you choose, make it a good one for you. And the next thing I desire to discuss is that in choosing, you can make it a good experience or a bad experience. And most of us feel that we have no control over our environment or whatnot. And maybe to some degree that might be true, yes. But you do have choices you can make about yourself. You can choose to create something where you get out of maybe a bad situation, or you can choose to stay in a rut and believe that you can blame everyone else for all your problems. And I've met people like that who, for example, I met one guy who desired to be a basketball player for the NBA, but due to him feeling he didn't have a father figure in his life, that he couldn't really make it happen, or he didn't have anyone who would help him make it happen. But that was his choice. He ended up doing nothing with his life. He, of course, has family, children, the works. But he did nothing with his life to get to that point. You see, I was in the same situation, but the thing is, I purposely and intentionally worked towards finding those people. And because I kept going, I did find those people. I chose not to be in such a mindset. It's a choice. Sorry. It's a choice you make if you want to live in that situation and blame it. But you, of course, at the end of the day, are making an experience. You're making an experience of if this is real, and believing that it is the way it is. Or if you can change things and you understand you can intentionally change what you are going through. Instead of believing it that this is the only way it can be, there's no other way out. That's a choice. You have to be willing to intentionally make the decision to create what you desire, if you so choose. Choice is vitally important to everything. Choice makes everything that much more intentional for what you decide in life. So make the choice to have a good life or a bad life. Because truth is, the choice is yours. The next thing I want to go over is the fact of, speaking of choices, what got you to this point of making these choices in the first place, of becoming who you are to make those choices? Why do you make good or bad choices? You see, to first begin this statement, you have to realize that you are constantly in rotation of reincarnating who you are, and you may not quite get that in any sense. You may feel, some people may feel that's not true, and some people may feel it is. So let me explain a little deeper in context. You see, you have many people on this planet who have said that they have lived more than one lifetime, and they have many of times remembered, especially children have remembered being certain specific people in life where they can remember fighting. For example, I remember a story about a child who loved playing with airplanes, and he would always tell his mom how he had dreams about being an Air Force in World War II. And he would give her details of what the planes looked like. He would give her details of a house he used to be in, and so on and so forth. You even have people who look like other people from back in the day. Now, some people might say this is coincidence. Others might say that that's the imagination of a child. But for something that happens constantly and consistently over and over, I believe there to be much more than meets the eye of who that child really is and who you are. You are constantly in rotation of reincarnating, and even before you get into what you say a new body in any sense, because you are a shapeshifter, you are constantly changing your shape of who you desire to be. You are inspecting yourself on what you are going to choose to be next. Now, what do I mean by that? You are making a choice to either stay who you are for a while. You could go through the same rotation over and over where you don't remember everything. You know, you have a family, children, you work, you die. You have a family, children, you work, you die. You know, childhood over and over again until maybe something hits. Because the name of the game at the end of the day is to evolve self and to grow at the highest form. And when you do grow to the highest form, to evolve once again and go back and start all over. Now you might think, why would I start all over? You will start all over because of the fact that this is first the only game there is in life to experience everything and to evolve to your highest. The second is you might get bored with becoming absolutely who you are at your highest sense. Because think about it, if you grow to your highest sense and you finally evolve to that highest point, but then you get bored and there's nothing else to do. Because you know everything, you can do everything, you can choose anything, you can make anything, you can create anything, and maybe you might do that for several lifetimes, maybe for several what you would call years. But after a while, you may choose to forget again, to remember again, to create something new. That is the beauty of why you do what you do. And then last, in conclusion, you are choosing an experience. Always remember that. You can make it a good one or a bad one. the choices you make. The choices you make are all a part of an inspection of who you are. To choose to shapeshift constantly, to evolve to your highest form. Until you get to where you desire to be and you start all over again. And being and remembering what it is to be the highest form of who you are, or evolving, or just being one piece of the puzzle. It's a part of the experience of who you are, of being beautiful, amazing, magnificent, divine, as the gods, the goddesses, and the creators within who you are. So, to everybody out there, remember that to know thyself is to know the creator within who you are. And to everybody out there, have a good morning, a great afternoon, and a fantastic evening. To everybody, peace and namaste.